What's up, everybody? What's up? Great day in the damn morning. I tell you, it's late at night, but I'm feeling all right. What's going on down the clown? Everything all right in your house? Huh? So you Trump type? Oh. Hey, my bad. It's my guy down the clown, y'all. Y'all know who he is. He's that dude. He just got in my ear and said, don't never tell him that he's Trump type. He don't want to hear that kind of shit. Man, it was just a figure of speech, bro. I was just trying to lighten up the mood a little bit up in here, man. You know, you getting jumped down my throat. Why you getting all upset about your pappy? He said he tired of me calling Trump his pappy. I don't know why you getting all so upset, man. You know, y'all just alike, both of you clowns. Anyway, folks, welcome to my channel. My name is Ron Tucker. I'm the host, along with my sidekick, the inimitable Donald the Clown. Yeah, I know you don't know what inimitable, I can't even say it now, inimitable means. It means you one of a kind, buddy. Hey, look, you got the same color hair, well, almost like Trump's. Yeah, you got your eye on the prize of that monocle of yours. You're always looking to figure out a way to grift and steal some money. And I don't know, those kicks you got need some work. But hey, you can't have everything in life. But he's my guy. I gotta hand it to him. He's the only Republican that I'll let hang around me this long and stay in my presence. So you honored, Donald. So let's get on to this. I'm just trying to figure out, America, what is the fear that everybody has in one Donald J. Trump? I mean, if somebody can please tell me what it is, it'll help me sleep tonight a little bit better, because I just haven't figured out yet. Donald Trump is a man, arguably, allegedly. Some people might call him different things. I know I do all the time. But he's just flesh and blood. Donald Trump's not going to hit anybody, not that I know of. I don't know if he's ever swung anybody in his life. Probably if you try to steal some of his money, he might want to put up a scrap, but that's a different story for another day. But what is Trump really going to do to anybody, folks, except try to use the power of the government, because that's all the power he's got, and try to harm people? Now, of course, sometimes those things can work because he's got a lot of deranged individuals that he surrounds himself with. We all know this. But I have never seen so many adults capitulate and prostrate themselves and fall down and grovel at this man's feet over anything and everything. They've lost all sense of character, integrity, all that's gone. Because as soon as this orange liar starts telling his tales and doing his thing, he's imperial to them. And since Trump has already indicated that he wanted to be a dictator from day one, he's showing all the tendencies of a dictator. I believe he's got people really believing that right now he is a dictator, because they're acting like he is one. And it's stunning to watch so many people. Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Mr. Trump, anything you say, illegal or not, and it's always illegal, we're going to do it. Without any question, no hesitations or reservations. We will do your bidding. From his Attorney General, Pam Blondie, to Cash Money Patel, the FBI director, to Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense. And believe me, these names I'm rattling off, they're enough to make you want to vomit. Robert Kennedy Jr., Mr. Gravel Voice himself, head of Health and Human Services. Ain't that a bitch? And just the list goes on. Little Marco Rubio, just making a complete fool and a jackass out of himself every day, all day. Because he's another flip-flopper. Years ago, they all condemning Trump. Rubio was talking about, how much he supported Ukraine. And we got to defend Ukraine. Matter of fact, that was the Republican song for the last couple of years before Trump came back. Trump comes back like a criminal who's been locked up, and, he is a criminal and he should be locked up. But he's like a mafia boss who just came back out of prison and coming back to check out his former goons and getting them all back in line. And that's exactly what it's looking like right now. He's assembling the troops. And it's just utterly amazing how everybody is just frightened that they'll give up their careers. They give up all of their character, their integrity. All of them are walking around right now with their noses on the ground because they lost their spines. They're all slumped over. They don't even look up at Trump anymore because they ain't got no suppleness to their spine. Their spine is just melted. There ain't nothing back there but cartilage. And they have just acted like they have just lost all the bearings. I wonder, some of them got to have wives and kids or some significant other. Well, I guess there are some exceptions like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and Laura Loomer, whatever her name is. Those kind of individuals, they are exceptions to the rules. But you would think that some of these people, significant others and their loved ones, would at least pull them over to the side and say, like, hey, look, this is going a little bit too far. Have you lost your mind? This man is destroying our country and got an unelected South African apartheid king that's just wreaking havoc. And he's not even a cabinet member or a part of the administration by law. And Trump is just allowing this man to walk through our government apparatus and just bludgeon everything because he's trying to gain from it financially. And he had investigations on him that now are all pretty much gone away because Trump's DOJ, in concert with Musk, they know they control the DOJ. They control the DOD. They control the Department of Justice. They control the FBI. They control everything in our government. Now, who thinks that anybody that's on the right side of the law is going to get a fair shake with these individuals running our government? It is obscene, and it's an utter damn disgrace. We don't have a functioning Congress anymore. It's just, it's right in front of our faces. Everything, and they ain't trying to hide anything. They just doing it. And then, we'll just see what the courts have to say a few weeks from now, after we get through firing people left and right. And that's what's so disheartening as well. The American people voted this idiot back in office. And the only thing he's doing is what he said he's going to do, basically, is seek revenge and retribution on people who held his ass accountable like any other government employee. And the president is a government employee, whether you believe it or not, or you want to believe it or not. But they're treating him, and they have been treating this man like he's Special K. He deserves special treatment. Why? He ain't done shit except fuck our country up from the beginning of his first term until now. He's done not a damn thing notable. No landmark decisions, nothing that people can just sit back and say, wow, that's great. He did something for the country, and it's going to make all of our lives better. Shit. He's busy selling cars on the White House lawn. Selling gold boots with 47 embroidered on them. The man sells cryptocurrency. And he does all this stuff in the White House as president. And they let him do it. Now, let me ask y'all something. Let's turn this around. Joe Biden was selling cryptocurrency while he's president. Joe Biden was selling boots. Joe Biden selling cars, trying to help somebody who's supposed to be working for him, but at the same time trying to promote his products. Just think about that for a minute. If Joe Biden had done any one of those 3 or 4 things, and let's throw Barack Obama in there too, how long would it have taken for the Republicans to go to war and be on the war path? It wouldn't have been a nanosecond. They would have been all over Joe Biden or Obama like a cheap suit with the quickness. You think, James to Kentucky Colonel Comer and Jumping Jim Jordan would be hopping around having hearings? You think they having hearings now? You ain't seen shit. If that had happened, man, come on. And Trump had just utterly not only soiled and stained the presidency, he just stunk it up. This is a disgrace. This man runs around here babbling about everything and anything, and all his so-called promises, he knows that Americans are stupid. And I'm talking about the ones who were stupid enough to vote for him. He knows they're stupid, and he got them in his corner. Now, either Trump and his boys, Musk and the rest of his crew, conspired to rig the election, or he plans on running again, even when constitutionally he cannot. This is what we're facing, folks. Trump don't plan on leaving office. Period. And he's got this Project 2025 mandate in front of him. They have just utterly dismantled our government right now. And it's going to take twice as long trying to put the pieces back together if and when we finally get rid of these cockroaches and get rid of these damn termites that have infested our government structure. Folks, this is a shame, the way America is looking right now. And I ain't even talked about Trump's fucking tariffs, or no tariffs, or tariffs, or no tariffs, on again, off again, on again. All this threatening and bloviating and bellowing and bombastic remarks and all his statements and bellicose type of, I guess, I can't say, well, I can't say what I want to really say about it, but all of these threats and the bullying of government officials or foreign allies, the way he treated President Zelensky, oh my God, that's probably the worst thing I've ever seen. But Trump, he'll top that. And speaking of Mr. Zelensky, if Ukraine has any kind of thoughts that, number one, Trump is on the up and up with you, Putin is on the up and up, you're going to deserve what you're going to get if you lay in bed with those 2 dogs, because they full of fleas. It's just, you could see the bamboozling and the scheming and the conniving going on with Trump. Trump sits up there and tries to act like he's trying to broker peace. and constantly trying to give Putin an out. Putin is not going to concede shit. He's not going to settle for a ceasefire. If he does, he's going to get all the conditions he wants, and then he's going to light Ukraine's ass up that same night. And you watch and see. If Zelensky swings that way and accepts some kind of offer from Trump, you know there ain't nothing but poison pills in that agreement. It's just full of it. Just like Trump. Trump ain't trying to do a damn thing to help Ukraine. Folks, remember, for some of you had short memories, Trump wasn't going to give Ukraine any kind of support or aid, period, when he became president. Remember, folks, he got his ass hung messing around with Zelensky the first time and his last term when he tried to withhold funds that Congress had appropriated to Ukraine. That's what got his ass impeached. So you think that Donald Trump has any goodwill and motives that are going to benefit Ukraine to help them out? He gives a damn about Ukraine. Matter of fact, since Zelensky would not cooperate with Trump, y'all know what that means when you don't cooperate with Trump. You're on this shit list. You numero uno, public enemy #1 in his books. And when Zelensky said, no, man, I ain't trying to interfere with American politics. Don't bring me into that shit that you trying to perpetrate with you and Biden. That's y'all problem. You know, you can hear the hissing like a snake out of Trump. Soon as Zelensky said no, you don't say no to Trump, especially when it's gonna mess up his deals and what he's trying to accomplish. You don't do that to him, because then he hates you forever. And so now that he's back on top, shit, he looking down at Zelensky said, you know what to do. If you want that aid, if you want that security, you know, sign this paper. Get it done. Come on now. What? You ain't gonna do it. What you say? Zelensky like, no, man. I just can't do it. Well, him and JD tried to double team him in the White House. Everybody saw the spectacle, and it was an abomination. Just plain pitiful, disgraceful. That was Trump out of desperation back then. And he's still desperate right now, because they keep trying to promote this idea that Russia has agreed. In principle, Russia ain't agreed in shit right now. Putin just talking around the whole thing. Putin ain't said, okay, I'm ready to go ahead and sit down and do the ceasefire thing. Then Trump talking about today, Zelensky surrounded by Russian troops, so best thing for you to do is go ahead and make this easy on you, so you go ahead and surrender and just make it easy, so we can go ahead and get this thing on, so I can go ahead and get the minerals and all the other stuff, get my goodies. It's a trap, and if Zelensky falls for it, I know he's caring and he's concerned about his people. I get that totally, and it's a hell of a spot to be in. But if he lays in bed with this snake called Donald Trump, his traitor's ass, Zelensky and Ukraine, you're screwed and you're through. You better go down fighting, because if you sign on the dotted line with Trump, you're already cooked. Anyway, back to your pappy, Donald the Clown. Now, Trump was telling America why he wanted to give back to the White House basically from day one, so he could get back at the people who exposed him as a crook that he is. And he's salty about that, because he don't like anybody who's about law and order, because Trump ain't about the law. He breaks the law. And that's just who he is. And he surrounds himself with people just like him. Crooks, connivers, schemers, grifters. All of them don't give a damn, and if they ain't stealing on their own, they working with him to steal. His accomplices. And then he got all his little mouthpieces like Pam Bondi, her and Caroline Levitt, the press secretary. They're number paid liars for Trump. That's all the position calls for. Cash Patel, Bondi, Kennedy Jr., Howard Lutnick, his commerce secretary, who don't know the hell he's doing either. You got Hexet, that's way out of his league, and it's going to show up and tell even more so as the days continue and the weeks continue to unfold. But you got all these people, and their sworn sole purpose in life is to protect and lie for Donald Trump. That's it. And then you got all the Republican so-called leaders. That's all they do for Trump is cover for all the mistakes he makes, all these tariffs, all these crazy decisions. The stock market is tanking all the time because these crazy-ass tariff wars and shit that he's already created. And all they do, well, you got to be patient. You just got to wait. Trump know what he's talking about. It's going to happen. And so they're all waiting to see if the price is going to fall in some of those categories like eggs, gas, groceries in general. They waiting for that stuff to happen so down the road they can say, see, we told you Trump knew what he was doing. We told you things were going to turn around. Y'all just going to go through a little pain right now. You got to go through a little pain. Come on now. Be patient with Trump. He know what he's doing. He's a genius. If he was so damn smart, how come he didn't do all this stuff the first time he was in? And if immigration was so damn bad and so terrible, how come he didn't finish it up and tighten it up when he had the first 4 years in? Huh? Somebody tell me that. He knows so much. And we such in bad shape as a country. And he got to purge all these people's jobs and fire people and put people on the streets basically. Fucking over everybody. Farmers are crying. Automakers are crying. People who voted for him got put out their jobs. They crying. Medicare, Social Security, Medicaid's on the chopping blocks now. And they're going to try to do it. If they don't get it done, you know damn sure they're going to try to get it. And all the while, these people, everybody's regretting things, having buyer's remorse now. But people tried to tell y'all from the beginning. Didn't you remember the first time when you almost killed our asses in COVID, during COVID? But you still believe in something that ain't gonna happen because he ain't that type of person. He's ignorant, incompetent, and he's a crook. Nothing but a crook. Nixon can't even get on the same page with Trump. Trump is not one of the worst presidents in history. He is the worst president of all time in history. On this planet, on Mars, Jupiter, everywhere, he is the worst. So, anyway, Trump goes to this, I think this DOJ building where it's kind of like hollow, sacred ground for FBI agents and Department of Justice people. And of course, he comes in and drops a load, stanking up the whole joint, got his Depends on, and you can smell it everywhere. Because he comes in there, just running his mouth, talking about everything and anything, from calling prosecutors Marxists, scum, savages, and thugs. And he gave a 5-minute speech about one of his heroes, Bobby Knight of Indiana basketball fame, okay? Which I happen to have attended the school, so, it must have been good. So what? He talking about, I didn't get a degree. Did you get one? he telling me don't get all upset. Man, look here. Dude, just leave me alone. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so he talks about night. And then he talks about eggs and bacon. And I bet there was no mention on how to bring those costs down on any of those items. Because hell, he was probably just hungry. That's probably why he talked about it. And he went on ranting about Hunter Biden's laptop. Oh, boy. And we heard that one a billion times. He mentioned firefighters voted for him by 94%. Of course. Why not make it 100, Trump? Like you always lie about everything and stretch it out. You might as well just go ahead and go for the 100. Why 94%? He mentioned his favorite crook, Al Capone. Why? Wyatt Earp talked about Rudy Giuliani. What in the hell did he bring up Rudy's name for? Rudy laying lower than the damn earthworm right now. Don't want to talk because Trump or somebody bailed his ass out of all that money owed to black women. Rudy, until then, he was damn determined not to pay those women a nickel. But he knew his ass was on the line, so he had to go ahead and give it up, and somebody bailed him out. So there you go. But then, of course, Trump lands his backflip off the pommel horse with the rendition of YMCA and starts doing his little dance. This man is just a straight up, unadulterated disgrace to any political office, let alone the White House. And speaking of congressional people who are in office right now trying to deal with all these town halls, this Republican from North Carolina, Representative Chuck Edwards, he was booed out of his town hall, and he was pissed off because he couldn't talk over them, and they roasted him because he started trying to tell his constituents that they are stupid, basically by saying Donald Trump supports our Constitution. I don't know if it's this Constitution or over the USSR over in Russia. That's probably the only Constitution he supports. But, Mr. Edwards, he like a lot of other Republicans. They know what's coming during the midterm. They cooked. Another rich old stool pigeon for Trump, Commerce Secretary Howard the Duck Lutnick. He feels Canada is tone deaf because they won't kiss Trump's red ass about those tariffs. So Trump started this war, and he can't stop it now because that's a way for him to deflect all the tension off all the nutty, terrible, crazy shit he's been doing ever since he's been in office. Now, last year, Trump promised he would immediately bring a brand new economy boom if he was elected. We're going to turn this country around so fast. Instead, it's been a bust as the market has plunged from record highs in former President Biden's tenure and in his final weeks, record highs. But those have all turned to losses since Trump announced tariffs and other trade wars, and those type of measures have just blown up the economy right now. And Trump talking about it's going to be such a big boom, the likes no one's ever seen before. Now, Trump told all the fools who love his fat ass that if Biden won in 2020, that's what Trump said, the stock market would go to hell. And he told all of his mindless morons that if VP Harris won in 2024, he predicted Kamala economic crash. He's so ignorant, he can't even predict shit right now, but he sure enough knows how to sell cars and gold boots and play golf. You got farmers pissed off right now, claiming they didn't vote for this. Yeah, you did. I don't know why you're in a state of shock now, because he's throwing his little hissy fit tariffs and talking about Tesla vehicles, and he's got to help Elon because they're mistreating him so bad. This dude's got more money than everybody in America combined, damn near. And if anybody thinks that Donald Trump and Elon Musk knows what it's like to have no money in your bank account, a few dollars in your pocket to get some food to eat, barely hanging on to your next paycheck. If you think those guys and the rest of his millionaire cabinet members and people that flock around him down in Mar-a-Lago as well, you think they really give a damn about you people who got fired from their jobs? Think about that for a second, folks. They fired people just like that and lied on the reasons and the basis for them firing these people, lying about the fact that they were their performances were unsatisfactory, and they weren't. People, how many times in this country do we have to watch these people lie 24/7? Just like they lied on those black Haitians eating dogs and cats. And people believe that shit. I ain't even gonna try to go into the racism stuff and all that. Not tonight, not on this one. But it's just mind-boggling how people believe Donald Trump and his people, because they all just parrot the same lies that he tells them to do. And the American public stands there and we look at Trump, and when Trump tells a lie, we just... And then when he tells another, and if he tells four more, we just blink. Shit, we transfixed now. We so used to him telling lies, we think he's telling the truth. Because his truth are his lies, and his lies are his truth. And it rubbed off on America. We can't differentiate between them now. It's just, it's a shame. It's a shame. Now, speaking of Tesla vehicles, how about the 3 kids who just burned to death because not only were they drinking, but when the Tesla coffin on wheels crashed into whatever it hit, because I saw the picture, it was just destroyed. The doors locked up, and that vehicle became their death vehicle. It ain't nothing but a rectangular hearse, in that case, created by the boy genius, Elon. So, in summary, Trump was salty after a female reporter, she damn near pushed a microphone down his throat with a fluffy gray microphone. And, Trump, he looked like he wanted to square off, and he gave it a stink eye, but, I told you he ain't never fought nobody, really. He wasn't going to hit a woman. Well, he probably wouldn't have no problem doing that as much as he hates women anyway. But anyway, wait a minute. Hold it. Ain't Trump the one that tried to be the hawk tour guy during the campaign when he demoed on a microphone on stage? What'd you say, Donald? Donald the Clown said Trump was probably thinking about Putin when that happened. He's... He said he think the girl tried to feed him the mic. Man, you better be cool. You know how Trump is. He wants to put all the reporters and all the news organizations, lock them up, put them in jail. Because when they talk about Trump, he claims that it's illegal. See, this is where we're going, folks, in our country. This is where we're heading. We're on a collision course with authoritarianism and dictatorship. Trump is actually walking around trumpeting that the media should be locked up. And we knew that was coming a long time ago with this man, because he's always felt that. And he knows that's how dictators are formed. They destroy the media And if they can silence the media and all these other agencies that Trump is putting on lockdown to suppress everything, they shut out the American public. And you can't talk about what you can't see or hear. That's the way they do it. And Trump wants it bad because he wants to be on the same par with Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping, and of course his handler, Vladimir Putin. So all I can say, people, is we've got to stay vigilant, and we got to fight, and we got to speak out. My mouth, until the good Lord takes me out of here, or somebody a lot bigger than me. I do have my limits of who I would challenge. I may look dumb, but I'm not stupid. And he said discretion is the better part of valor. So I ain't scared of you now, but you have to pick your battles. Anyway, we are in for a long fight, but we will prevail. And tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Every day, getting closer to those midterms. And Trump is going to bring the victory to us because he always does, because he's incompetent, he's ignorant, he's a fool, he doesn't know what he's doing, he's corrupt, and he's constantly going to screw up and make mistakes because he doesn't know anything about the law other than breaking it. And the Project 2025 people, they gave the mandate to the wrong person. Trump, he would take the best laid plans and jam it up. And he's doing it right now because he's catching hell around the country, and it's only going to get worse. So I'm going to sign off for Donald the Clown. This is Ron Tucker. Please don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate all the people who have subscribed to my channel right now. It's helping it to grow, and I'm going to keep on bringing the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So you folks have a great evening or a great morning, depending on where you're at, and we'll see you again, and we'll do this again. Me and Brother D, we're out.